All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Fire Fridays with Dave. It is Friday, October 27th. And today we are really excited. We've got some great friends of ours, Chuck and Angela Fazio, here hanging out with us. And, guys, we hang out with you guys in Rome. We hang out in Las Vegas. We hang out. We hang out in Mexico. So it's, but it's a treat to have you guys with us. And we've got 30 minutes, so this is pretty rapid fire. And if you guys know it all, their story, it's like a whole day type thing. Like, we need to hang out with them and just like unpeel all the layers of everything that they've been through. They've both done really cool things in their lives and their careers. I think that when we get tested, we get so much stronger, right? When we go through the fire and we go through some things in our lives and we really understand who we are, then we know what we believe, man, we can really go do cool stuff. And you guys have gone on to do cool stuff. I'm going to hit a few couple of highlights, and then I'm going to let you run. But building out of basically nothing, starting from scratch and clawing your way through and building a real estate sales business and becoming very successful salespeople, and then turning that into launching a brokerage, right? And starting that up and doing all the hard work of building a brokerage, brick by brick, person by person, figuring it all out along the way, all the failing forward and going through all of those things. A couple of us on here have lived that life. And you guys ended up building one of the largest independent brokerages in the world. I mean, it was a massive, very successful brokerage. And you guys, I've seen the facility that you guys have out there, which is mind blowing. It's absolutely gorgeous and so well run and well orchestrated. I'm sure it was like that from day one. And you guys have just, I've watched what you build, and I talked to you guys as you were kind of thinking about that transition over to EXP and how to make that work for that business model. And then when you guys went all in on that, and going from a 900 agent independent brokerage out there doing almost $2 billion worth of real estate, and then converting that and moving that over to EXP. And now you guys have thousands of people in your organization, which was really, I think, when the light bulb clicked for you and said, wow, now we can do expansion. And you've certainly taken advantage of the platform of EXP, but better than almost everyone. You're in the top couple of people from a growth standpoint, but I love the heartbeat that you do it with. So we're really thrilled that you guys are here. We're excited to learn from you. I'm going to let you loose and let you guys talk. I'm happy to direct with questions, but I've heard you both enough times that you don't really need my help. So, welcome and thank you for being here, guys.
I always need your help, Dave. Yeah, one of the things that we like to do is really touch some people and hit them from a standpoint of how could we change their lives. And it was one of the catalysts when people say, what brought you to a point to go, we're going to close down a brokerage doing $2 billion in production a year. We weren't going backwards. We were making a hell of a lot of money. The pride and ego was there because we built it. It was ours. We owned it. And people go, what gets you to that point to go, I'm going to take the risk and literally close it down? So I always like people to understand, nobody came along and offered us millions of dollars. Now, we gotten offers for multi-millions of dollars for our brokerage from other companies, but we turned them down. They go, what was that catalyst that made you really look at EXP Realty? Well, this call is something that displays that. It was God telling us, listen, you could touch more lives all over the world than just in your own backyard while you contained. So that's what we ended up doing, is making that move because of that. So I'd like to start it off with this because I want to make best use of this time. And the best use of this time in 30 minutes is just really giving you guys a bird's eye view of what you have. And then I know Angela will follow up with some other key points. But one of the things that we had said to our agents when we closed down the brokerage and we had 900 and we lost 600 agents. It was at the time eXp Realty didn't have really a good reputation, and the competition was in their ears about that. That's just a dumb move to go there. But one of the things that I said to every agent that knew us, at our brokerage, is I said, if you guys had the opportunity to own your own real estate company, how many of you would like me as your partner? And of course, every one of them raised their hand. I mean, they see what I built. And literally it clicked in mine and Angela's mind is that's what we just did. We actually gave every person an opportunity to own their own brokerage, and not only having me as your partner and Angela as your partner and Dave and Kristen as your partner, but all the leaders and the brokerage staff at eXp Realty literally as your partner. So what I tell people, the day you signed up for eXp Realty, that day you said, I want to become an agent here. Guys, I don't know if you really understand this. You literally just purchased a real estate brokerage that you own. It's the concept of that to me is still mind-blowing, that every person on this call right now, it did not cost you $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 to get in, which it should, because literally me and Angela spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to own our own brokerage, and then all this money and overhead to keep it going. You literally own your own business right now if you choose that. And that's the point that I like to hit home in a short amount of time is if you're on this call and you go, I want to change my life. I want to change my life, my family's life, my kids' life, legacy. You are in the right place. But just by being at it doesn't give that to you. And that's what most people, they just want success and they want results without putting any effort in. The great part about it is you're in the right vehicle. You got in the car. Now you have to start it and drive it. And do you want to add any to that?
Yeah, I like that last concept. And then I'll say something. Just think of it this way. Just because you're sitting in the garage, I don't care how long you sit there, doesn't make you a car. You know what I mean? Like you have to take advantage of what eXp does. And I want to talk from a couple of different standpoints. Let me tell you something that surprised me. Because we heard about collaboration. When we owned our brokerage, I was pie in the sky broker Angela. I thought, let's get all the brokers together. We're going to mastermind and we're all going to become better as broker owners. And I contacted a bunch of broker owners and none of them wanted to do that, right? Because we are a threat to them, right? And so I heard that this eXp thing is one of the best things is, people share, they collaborate, they're incentivized to do so. And it's so much more than the words can describe. The opportunity as an agent, as a collaborator, as somebody who wants to grow. And it was such a joy to see a lot of our agents who did trust us and come, watch them make networks they never would have had, make connections they never would have had, grow in ways that we could not have provided for them because Chuck and I were the ceiling. We were the ceiling of our brokerage. And when we were looking around saying, how do we get pressed? How do we grow? We had to go outside the real estate industry to get challenged. But within eXp, it pains me to see an agent who's not all over the resources, all over the events, all over the networking and the collaboration. Because I think that for me personally, that's one of the biggest surprises of how true it is and how much it can affect your business, whether you want to recruit or not, right? It just makes me a happier recruiter when I know I'm bringing somebody into something that is so fantastic. And you can come as a new agent and stay here for the rest of your career and never exhaust the resources. So those kinds of things, when you're talking about them with people, they're not going to get it because it doesn't really exist out there in the industry. You have to let them somehow experience it. I'll give you an example. I was recruiting a guy out of, I think, Virginia. And I was trying to explain to him, because he's an experienced agent, I was trying to explain to him the collaboration at eXp is amazing. Like, he's like, yeah. Like the word collaborate, blah, 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 blah. I said, let me give you an example. If I right now went to a couple of different places in workplace, whatever, go to a couple of my resources and said, hey guys, I'm refining my listing presentation. Send me your very best listing presentation in an editable format so I can make mine great, right? I said, I'd get 10 in a minute. And he's like, I don't believe you. I got 15 in less than 48 hours. 15 in less than 48 hours. And so you've got to find ways to, if you're not experiencing it yourself, and I Chuck's going to get on this, if you don't experience how different EXP is for yourself, and you intend on helping other people to come into the organization, you'll never do it. You actually have to dive into the resources and feel the difference of EXP. If you've never been in another brokerage, you have no idea what you've got.
Yeah. Angela, I'm so glad that you said that, because, I found, and a frustration for me is for the people that don't engage. They come here and there's a million resources, and you can't, it's hard. Sometimes it's analysis paralysis. There's too much stuff, right?
Yes.
But the bottom line is there's a ton of stuff, and a lot of times people don't. You guys have always said, stop being so casual, right? And I love when you guys say that, because it's like, there's so much here and there's so much opportunity. And it's like you're in one of those booths with all the cash flying around, and they're not even
just looking at it.
Yeah, they're not even picking their arms up. Like, come on, it's all around you. Just there's opportunity everywhere. Just to put one hand out, and maybe you'll catch a little bit. So, but getting entrenched and understanding it and taking advantage of it is something that allows you to be excited about sharing it with other people, because you've experienced it yourself.
Dave, one of the things that, guys, I'll share some mindset secrets just so you understand, because people go, well, we're not you. That's what they say to us. We didn't build something like you. Look, we all start somewhere. Me and Angela, when we started out, we were broke, like broke. For us to be where we're at is truly by the grace of God. And there's not a day I don't wake up and just thank the Lord for the blessings and the skill set. But my point is I'm no different than anybody else on this call. If I could go from being broke and almost homeless to where I'm at today, anybody could do it. So it's a mindset. And what I want people to really grasp is this: whether you really understand what EXP has or not, here's what I'm going to tell you. We did not close down a $2 billion a year brokerage on a whim. We did our homework. We knew the vehicle was the right vehicle. So when people say, look at the risk you took, look, it was an educated risk. This wasn't, I woke up one day and said, let's close the brokerage. So I'm trying to really reiterate to you guys what you own. You should be all saying to yourself, damn, if they were willing to give up something that was so successful and close it down, you guys got to realize what you have at your fingertips, that what you have at your disposal. So one of the things on when people say, well, how did you become so successful owning your own brokerage? Because guys, I want you to understand this. We had a no-name brokerage. I was not a Keller Williams. I was not a Remax. I had no brand. So when people say to me, oh, well, the brand matters. Bullshit. The brand never matters. You're the brand. You're the brand on everything. So the point is so they go, what sells? Do you know what sells? Do you know how we built so fast and so big?
Call on me. Call on me.
No, but it was a rhetorical question.
That's cheating, Angela.
That's cheating. Passion. And you don't get passion unless you understand what you're passionate about. So when you guys, if you're sitting there and you're not having success, I'm going to tell you you're not having success because Angela even just alluded to it, because you're not experiencing it yourself. You can't sell something you don't experience. And when you experience it and see it, then you have passion. You see, if you went to a good restaurant or you went to see a good movie, you tell everybody because you're passionate about the feelings you just had and the experience you just had. It's the same thing, guys. When you experience what eXp Realty truly has, you can't help but tell other agents about it. And what they do is they feed off of your excitement. You see, people don't believe, they don't have to believe what you say. I want you to understand this. They don't have to believe in what you say. They have to believe you believe in what you're saying. And that's how we built our no-name brokerage, because when they sat in front of us and I said I was the best, they believed it because they knew I believed it. So guys, you got to put in some effort. And I'm going to tell you, the results might not come right away, but I'm just letting you know you're in the right seat. you're in the right vehicle. You just got to drive it.
Yeah, I have a confession. I have a confession and a suggestion, right? So my confession is when we closed down the brokerage, Kristen Cantrell, if you don't know her, you need to. Kristen Cantrell was our recruiter. She was one of our best recruiters we ever had. She was the best recruiter we ever
I think
had.
our only friends are Dave and Kristen's.
Yeah, Dave and Kristen. Her husband's name is Dave. Right?
There you go.
So yeah,
And
so
that's
Dave
it.
and
And you guys are our
all
only
the Dave and
friends.
Kristens, all the Dave and Kristens, all the Dave and Kristens. So
Except for
I
Frank.
don't
You gotta
think
throw
they
Frank
can hear
in
me
there.
though. I
So-
think my
so-
audio and video
yes.
is blocked.
no, it's not.
I gotta find that person.
Yeah,
Who is
yeah.
that?
Find him,
Find
Dave.
him.
It's me.
So
Okay.
so the confession is Kristen and I, we're like, okay, we're going to do this. She cried when we shut down the brokerage because she thought she lost her livelihood. And I'm like, you can do it. You can build something for yourself, all of the things. And then for the first, here's my confession, for the first 6 months that we were trying to like, okay, we're going to be getting people in. I would call her and I'd be like, Kristen, I think I suck at this. I don't think I know how to do this. And she'd like, no, girl, you got this. And she would call me and she's like, I thought I was a great recruiter, but you know, because at first we were EXPing all over everybody. We didn't know enough. We would just we knew enough to hurt ourselves, right? And so if you think, oh, they just came in and it was like, we just recruited the heck out of everyone because they've been doing it for 15 years. No, we had to readjust and realign our thinking and unpeel the layers of traditional brokerage. So I tell you that because I floundered bad for the first 6 months, bad. And everyone would have thought you just stepped into it and just got into the groove. No. So if you're struggling with agent attraction for the first 6 months, maybe a year, because I was used to doing it, don't put yourself down. You've got to get on those Zoom calls, listen to what other people are saying, hear the way they explain, question people, like get on a Zoom, get 3-way calls, do your first 30 or 40 with other people until you find your groove and you know how to actually find the needs in people and then appropriately respond instead of talking at them. That's my confession about how I sucked. And my suggestion is any agent, I can't believe this is so obvious to me, but if I was in production, I don't care where my production is, I would say, okay, world, I would make an announcement. My production last year and the last few years was this, and I've come to EXP or I'm at EXP and I'm going to prove to you that what they have can affect my business. And then I would dive into KV Core, I would dive into the education, I would dive into whatever it is that you need to refine in your business because you need to, right? And make it public so that you're accountable and track your journey. Track your journey from 4 million to 8 million or 2 million to 6 million or whatever you're doing. And I guarantee you'll stay accountable, you'll make more money, and people will pay attention.
Yeah,
So
that's
there you
huge.
go.
That's huge.
Dave, can I add something just to piggyback on what Chuck and Angela were saying? Because there was a mindset shift for me. There's a difference between being recruited to a company and being attracted to a company. So somebody tried to recruit me 5 years ago to EXP. The message was not delivered properly. Dave attracted me to EXP. It was different. It's a different mindset. It was a different way to get here. The one thing I tell people all the time, and Chuck is talking about passion. For guys, if you don't know, Chuck and Angela, I mean, they are probably the most authentic people I've met since I've been in this company. I love them. I'd do anything for them. I wish we were closer. You almost made me cuss, Chuck. I friggin' love these people, okay? I love these people. And you can feel their passion. And what I tell people when I'm talking all the time, the greatest part of this company, yes, we have the collaboration, all that. It's the quality of the people that I get to deal with on a daily basis. I deal with the best people. This is the third company I've been in a leadership position with. This is my last company. I've never been around a group of people with the heart, with the intention, with the passion to help others like I have in this company. And when you can deliver that message, kind of what Angela's saying, what Chuck's saying, when it's real and it's coming from a real place, you're no longer recruiting people, you're attracting people. And that's different because people want to be a part of that. So I just want to say that, a public service announcement, go to the Forum Lounge in Arizona any chance you get. I will be there in 2024. So we'll get back to that. But go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
I love it. I love it. Frank Benito, Senior Director of Growth for EXP. For anybody that doesn't know Frank yet, get to know him. He's amazing. So yeah, guys, so let's talk about shortening the curve, because, you know, I've seen a lot of recruiters come over to EXP and they were, you know, they were top dogs at their former companies, right? Great recruiters. And then I've seen some wash out and even leave out of frustration here because it didn't happen quickly, right? And then I've seen some, you know, figure it out and learn, and I've seen some to kind of go back to doing other things, stayed here, but didn't really ever get the results they thought they were going to get, right? So there, but I know you guys have seen it too, and I know you've experienced it. There are some commonalities between the people who figure it out and become successful here. It's different recruiting and attracting to EXP than it is attracting to a brokerage. So if you can you guys talk about some of the differences and kind of what you learned and how your conversations with people changed from what you were doing before?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, guys, what got into my head was because I was struggling with me going, why would I, as the owner of one of the largest brokerages, relinquish ownership and now become just a real estate agent at another brokerage? And I couldn't get past that mindset. It actually drove me crazy. It was almost like I was giving up. And what clicked with me and Angela was the fact that we weren't closing our brokerage down to go hang our license at another brokerage. We were closing the way we operated our brokerage, our platform. And I say it in plain terms, just to get the point across, but I do not look at eXp Realty as a real estate brokerage. Yes, it is. I got that. But I want you to think of this. Don't look at eXp Realty as a real estate brokerage. Keller Williams is a real estate brokerage. Remax is a real estate brokerage. eXp Realty is a platform that you get to build your business on. And that was the biggest mind shift. So what we did for Revelation, which was our office, the way we built it, we just duplicated that and built it on a platform that put what we're capable of doing on steroids all over the country. I love this, and every Zoom call I get to go on, I always say to myself, what takeaway could someone who walk off this and literally have a tangible takeaway that will actually affect your business? And I always have this one, and I'm going to share it with you because, like I said, guys, people look at me and go, Chuck, we're not you. We didn't build what you have. We don't have your reputation. People do not buy the companies. They buy you. They buy what you could offer. So here's some tips I'm going to give you because I get to see this at a 30,000-foot view. Most agents, 90% or more, are struggling. They're struggling, especially in this market. You may be one of them. Most brokerages offer their agents nothing. No training, no camaraderie. Trust me when I tell you that. We talk to agents all the time, all over the country. That means they're looking for someone like you, but what they're not looking for is you to try to just recruit them to go to one place they're failing at, to go to another place just to fail there too. So you got to come up with a value proposition. What is your value proposition? And I always say my value proposition is not eXp Realty. Remember, it's the platform. So here's my secret to you guys. You have to come up with something that is not eXp Realty to put out there to say, this is what I got. Are you interested in hearing about it? It could change your business. And they don't look at it as recruiting. They go, oh, I want to hear more about that. So here's the secret. KV Core. So the number one thing, so if you're in production right now, the number one thing anybody in production should always be doing it. This is since I've gotten my license at 98, is working your database. Number one, NAR puts out statistics every year every year. And it's the number one thing that clients look for is for you to stay in touch with them and keep in touch with them. Yet it's the number one thing most agents don't do. Only 4% of agents work their database. So it works. KV Core works. So here's my tip to you guys. I want you to take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and devote yourself to being a KV Core master. Know that system inside and out. Know how to put leads in there. Know how to work your database. Know how to set up campaigns in there, landing pages. Everything that has to do with KV Core, learn it. And you can find it everywhere on the internet. So nobody can say to me, Chuck, how do I learn it? Now, here's why I'm telling you to learn it. Once you learn it and actually do it, you're going to go, holy crap, I'm generating leads. I'm actually doing business. I guarantee it. Now, just like Angela said, this is all about putting it out there. Then you go, basically, hey, real estate agents, are you looking for a way to generate real estate leads in today's market? Let me teach you how I build a business. Now, people want to hear that. And the thing is you set up a Zoom call, 15 minutes, and you have your screen and you show what KV Core is capable of doing and the results that you're having. And they're going to go, oh my gosh, how do I get that system? And you're going to go, well, that system's about $600-700 a month. And then you paying a coach on top of it will be a little extra. And probably they're going to go, I can't afford that. And then you go, hey, what if I had a way you could get that for free and you get my coaching for free? Would you be interested? What do you think they're going to say after you just proved what a system's capable of doing? Now, when they say yes, how do I do that? Great, come partner with me. All you have to do is move your license. You get that system for free. You get me for free. And let me show you all the other perks you get now at eXp Realty. Guys, I teach this for years now. And I can count on one hand how many people took me up on that. But I will tell you, every person who did exactly what I told them to do is having huge success, not only in their real estate business, but in recruiting and building a downline. So there was my tip for the day. That cost you nothing. There's not one person on here that could say, I can't afford to do that. It's time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, you guys have time. I told you, everybody thinks they work so friggin' hard. Me and Angela work 7 days a week, nonstop, but we have a passion for what we do.
Love that. I love that, man. That is, I mean, what I've found is it is hope and opportunity. Hope and opportunity are the two things that are most attractive to people, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're either frustrated and they're afraid or whatever it is, and they're looking for hope that they can do better, hope that they can achieve, hope they can whatever, or they have hope, they're doing well, but they want opportunity. They want to be able to do more, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's a little bit of a carrot and stick kind of a mindset or whatever it is, right? But they want hope or they want opportunity. And when you show them something that works, and if you're not there yet, keep in mind that you can have those conversations with people, but have your circle of people. You have your group. I know inside of our fire group, we have people that are using KV Core at a high level that could do demonstrations and share the power of it, and people that can give those testimonials of what it's done in their business. What you need to be is the connector. You need to say, listen, I'm starting to do this right now. You and I are kind of in the same place. We're both working towards this. The difference is I have someone who's helping me and a tool that's going to help me be successful. How do I know? Because we have the success stories and I have the person who's showing me how to do it. Would you like me to introduce you to them? And then get them on the phone, show them how it's done. Exact same thing that Chuck just said. And it's exactly what works. So many people out there right now are looking to build their business, start their business, or figure it out. Their business is down by 30, 40, 60% right now, and they're trying to figure it out. So we can be that beacon of hope. We're the SS EXP, helping, going through and picking all the people out of the water that are struggling right now and giving them opportunity to go build a successful business. There's never been a better time right now to bring people and help them be successful. And as you do that, imagine what happens when the market comes back around. Right.
Yeah, like you always say, there's people swimming towards the boat. They just don't know where the boat is right now.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Swim towards the boat.
Save the ones swimming towards you.
Yep.
There's enough out there for sure. Guys, we're already through 30 minutes, which is crazy. So we're gonna I think everyone will be okay if we invite you back again. We'd love to have you back. Lots of different stuff. But man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you bringing your expertise. We appreciate your, just your transparency and sharing what you've done. Super, super helpful, guys. And Chris and I love you. We hope to be hanging out with you guys either on a beach or somewhere in Europe or something really soon. So we appreciate you guys. Everybody, Chuck and Angela are they are always working. They are, always out there and everything else like that, but they're also always willing to help. So if you have some questions and that kind of stuff, you can find them in Workplace, hit them up. Actually, I don't know. Chuck, you're not really great on Workplace, are you?
No, he's not really great on systems.
Oh, easy, Angela. Relax.
He's good at marketing. Hey, one last thing, Dave. A couple offerings to your people. Number one, we wrote a really helpful book. It's literally, now I can say this with confidence because hundreds of people have told me this, and it's called Mastering Your Real Estate Career. It's a little blue book.
They tell you that because they're afraid of you.
Maybe.
I don't know why.
Maybe. So it's called Mastering Your Real Estate. It's a blue book by Chuck and Angela Fazio. It's on Amazon and you can get it there. Or if you're like, Angela, I don't want to pay for your book, just send it to me. Well, then just find a way to get me your address and I will send you a copy. What's good about that is it's a very good example. It's our journey and it's a very good example of what work hard looks like. And it's also all about the mindset of success in real estate. So that's one offering. And the other thing is if you guys are a couple, we didn't even talk about this, but Chuck and I are so passionate about marriage. It's ridiculous, right? So follow us on TikTok and Instagram to see that, to be encouraged in your relationship, because when your relationship is strong under the Lord, then you can do all things. You can do all things. So we are Chuck and Angela Fazio on TikTok and on Instagram. Please go over there and follow us.
And here's my final thoughts for you people. Guys, life's a grind. It's a grind. Don't ever think something's easy. We grind every day. We have the same challenges you do. We deal with the same stuff. We get points that go, why are we doing this? It's a grind. So don't think, God, this is tough. Why am I doing this? Don't work. It works. It's a grind. Just keep pushing out there. Dave and Kristen, I mean, this company is how we get to meet people like you, and you two truly are our favorites. And gosh, meeting Frank just for the first time, it was like there's my brother that I've missed, and it's truly awesome spending time. We would love to come back, and God bless you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. We love you back. Look forward to hanging out with you guys again soon. Guys, thanks for being with us this Friday. We hope you go into an amazing weekend ahead. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.